Hey, we're joined by USF head coach Jose Fernandez. Coach, congratulations on advancing to the final. Can we just get your initial thoughts on the game, please, and we'll open up to questions.
I thought we got off to a good start. We couldn't have had a better start to the game. We got out to a 10-0 start, and it's 10-4 after one quarter. I thought we really defended really well in that first quarter, but we just weren't getting any reward for us defending, right? And then the second quarter, we got into a little foul trouble. Monunga had 2, Pinzan had 2, and they went on that run there. But I think we got the ball in better spots down the stretch, and we made shots. So but for us to be successful, we can't continue to shoot under 30%. We're just escaping with wins right now, which, if you're, bad teams, average, good teams lose these type of games. And I think the one thing, that this group does, they battle through adversity, and they continue to stay in the storm and get through the storm of things. And, I think once a couple shots got falling, that helped us out, and we did a much better job taking care of the ball in the second half too. We had 12 turnovers and 22% in the first half. That's not good.
Okay, we'll open up to questions now for Coach. Again, just raise your hand in the chat or shoot a note in the chat, and we'll get to you for questions. We'll start with Jay Retcher, please.
Thank you very much, Coach. Congrats on the win. Good luck.
Jay, what's going on, man?
What's going on, buddy? Hey, listen, it's not always going to be a Picasso, my friend, but you know what? Down the stretch, whether it was Betty's rebounding or I think the fundamentals, just hitting the free throws from Pinzan and Sydney at the end, it was kind of just, that was the key, wasn't it? Just kind of getting back to what you guys do well and doing the fundamentals.
Yeah, those are big, and I thought, getting the ball out of the end of the floor inbound, and then the sideline inbound, getting it in to who we wanted to get the ball into was big.
Okay, go next to Donnie Woods, please.
Coach, congratulations on another win today. In the fourth quarter, you scored more points than you did almost the first 3 quarters of the game. What was your message heading into the fourth quarter for those ladies?
Well, yeah, we scored 28 points in 3 quarters. That's not good. That's not good basketball. I mean, I just talked to our kids. Hey, listen, we just got to get stops and scores, and just make the next play on stuff, because we were down. I believe we were down 5 going into that fourth quarter. So, and this team's really resilient and fights through they fight through stuff, and that's what you want from guys.
Okay, we'll go next to Kevin Lewis, please.
Coach, have you ever needed at a time when you got a player to come off the bench like Maria and hit 4 threes, like she didn't just catch and hoist, and then, to try to help lead the comeback there?
I've been watching Maria. You know what? I've been watching Maria since she was a 6th grader. So, her ability to make shots, but you got to want to take shots, right, in the moment. And I think the thing that she did best tonight, I thought she knew that we needed her to be in the game. And I thought she worked extremely hard defensively when they were trying to post her up and ISO her. So that's the one thing, that's the one facet of the game that I'm most proud of her. I know she made some big shots, but I thought she really buckled down and defended on that other end.
We'll go now to Nathan Bond, please.
Coach, you've got a little over 27 hours before the final here. What's going to be the key point of emphasis over the next few hours to make sure these girls get their legs back?
We're going to rest, Nathan. We're not going to talk about who we play tonight. We're going to go back, eat, and get some sleep. Tomorrow, do a lot of treatment. Do some cryo stuff. Get rejuvenated. Not sit in the hotel all day. So, a lot of the bulk of our film work will be in the morning. And then in the afternoon, we'll also shoot around at the ranch. So, we don't play till 9 o'clock tomorrow night. So it's a long day. So, biggest thing is rest, recovery, treatment. That's our main focus tomorrow. But we got to wake up early for another COVID test at 8 a.m. And we'll let them go to bed for a little bit and then start all the treatment and rest and recovery stuff.
We'll take the next one from Will Turner, please.
Coach, all season you've kind of almost sounded like a broken record saying you just need to defend and rebound. Obviously that first quarter, that's what you guys did. When you look at that defensive effort, just, if you could talk about how the start kind of led to the rest of the game and how you guys set the tone.
Yeah, I agree with you, Will. I thought we really defended really well, but we weren't getting a return for our defensive investment on the other end. After that first quarter, I don't even know what we shot, but we were 3 for 18, 3 for 19 after defending so well. We got to do better there.
We'll go down to Francisco Rosa, please.
Coach, congrats on another comeback win. Yesterday you said that if you guys shoot 24 to 25% again, that it wouldn't be a pretty game. You guys shot 27%. Still wasn't a pretty game, but you guys held Tulane to 27 as well. So what were the keys defensively? Just stopping dribble penetration, stuff like that. What were you guys doing?
Yeah, you know what? I think they got a really good player in Jordan. I thought, Crystal Freeman hurt us today with some of the threes that she hit, but I think it was 20 offensive rebounds that we had. That gave us a lot of extra possessions. Now we can't turn tomorrow. We can't shoot that number against UCF because they do such a good job blocking out if UCF beats Houston. Now, we can't turn the ball over against UCF or Houston tomorrow because they get into passing lanes and they score so much of a transition. Two different teams, right? Houston's going to press, get in passing lanes, try and turn you over. UCF, very active in their zone. It's one shot and out. They drive it and they got post presence. So really two different types of styles that you really can't prepare for one or the other tonight.
And Coach, lastly, this team just keeps coming back. What was the message between teammates and your message to them when you guys went down 10 in the third quarter?
I just told them we got to, we've had an unbelievable year. We've been tested. We have not played very well the last 2 weeks. I just got, if we're the conference champions, we got to start playing like it, right? And they responded. They got stops. We made shots. Now we move on. But I'm really happy our program now. 8 years in this league. We've played for. Now we're going to be in the championship game 5 times, right? And the other 3 times we lost. Twice to UConn and Louisville went to the Final Four in the semifinals. So this isn't a 1-2 year thing. This has been consistency from our program throughout all these years in this conference.
Thank you, Coach.
And we'll take the last one from Kevin Lewis, please.
Coach, you kind of just touched on it, but I know the game was 20 minutes ago, but to think of what this year has been like when you have to not have 7 games and, not play for a month and then not play your best, like you said, the last 2 weeks, and then to be in this position, to once again, try to take a conference title. Have you thought about what that means to you in the program?
You know what? I'm just happy for our student athletes. I got a really remarkable staff. I have incredible support from our administration and our athletic director, Michael Kelly, here at USF. It's a total team effort from our coaches, right? From our strength coach, our trainer, our managers, our sports information director. This is a really, really good program from top to bottom.
Coach Fernandez, thanks for giving us a few minutes. Congratulations on the win, and we'll see you back tomorrow.
All right, thank you.
Okay, we're happy to welcome Maria Alvarez from USF. Again, just raise your hand for a question. We'll get to you. We'll start with Will Turner, please.
Maria, yesterday the post-game presser coach said that he needed more out of you and Christina. Did he have a conversation with you at some point over the last 24 hours to try and almost challenge you and just kind of what have the last 24 to 48 hours been like?
Yeah, well, I think after the return, after all those days for COVID, I kind of got myself in a little drought, shooting and scoring the ball. And he really challenged me every single practice and every single time before the game. He never really gave me that many talks, but he kind of just knew my potential and knew what I could do. And he just kind of trusted me, and I'm thankful for all that trust he gave me today.
And he said, he's been watching you since you were a sixth grader. Just kind of how has that relationship with him bloomed over the last, 2 years of being at USF?
I mean, it's been amazing, being that young and still having him, kind of just watch me grow up and kind of proceed into my basketball, like different skills. So kind of just being able to play with him these past 2 years has been so grateful. And, he trusts me like crazy, and I just got to produce for him every single time. And that's pretty much everything I got to go into every single game.
We'll take the next one from Francisco Rosa, please.
Hey Maria, congrats on the win. Like you said, you were kind of in a drought coming into this game, struggling from the line. What was the point today where you felt like, okay, I'm feeling it, and what gave you the confidence to keep taking them down the stretch in the biggest moments of the game?
Yeah, well, kind of playing those couple minutes in the first half, I kind of got a feel for their defense and what they were kind of looking like, all the open spaces I could get. So going into the second half and him giving me all those minutes in the second half, I just knew that I had to make tough shots. And also all the adrenaline and our teammates kind of hyping us up. It just kind of felt good when the ball came into my hands and I just let it go.
When you guys went down 10 in the third quarter, who was the one in the huddle on the bench, like just keeping you guys composed and settled?
There's a big list. We have amazing leaders on this team, Betty, Shay, E, they all kind of kept us calm. A bunch of people from our staff too, we all just kind of told each other to take a breath and relax, and we just stayed in the moment, didn't push ourselves or anything. So we were all good.
Thank you. Congrats again.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll go next to Nathan Bond, please.
Maria, Coach mentioned it when he was chatting with us just now that they tried to kind of isolate you down low and kind of take advantage of the size difference. How much did that kind of feed into you kind of want to prove a point on the other end when you're getting some stops like that?
Yeah, well, I mean, Coach has always been on my behind, on defense. He's always getting on me about that. So today I kind of just knew that they were going to come at me in that sort of way. And when I got matched up on Clark, it just kind of turned the light bulb on me. And I'm like, I need to step up and show my strength. And also the trash talking they were giving us, it kind of hyped me up too. So it's just all part of the game.
Now, was the trash talk nearly as good as Alicia Lewis last Tuesday, or?
I don't know about that, but they called me a baby at one point on the sideline, and I kind of took offense to that, so kind of just had to show them I wasn't a baby.
We'll take the last one from Kevin Lewis, please.
What does it mean to you miss like a month as a team and then you go on a 12-game winning streak and then you win the regular season and you don't play as well the last couple of weeks, to have all those things, but you're still now in a position to win a conference tournament championship?
I think this team just has so much ability, and we all know that there's just so much talent going around, and we have so much trust in each other from the staff to the players. So kind of every game, I think we put a lot of pressure on ourselves and kind of think that everyone's just coming at us every single game super hard and just kind of put that weight on our shoulders. But playing today, not the prettiest game, but we played really hard today. Just kind of knowing that we made it this far and everything was worth it this year. We're not gonna stop there. So yeah.
Maria, thanks for giving us a few minutes. Congratulations on the win. We'll see you back here tomorrow.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, we're joined by Tulane head coach Lisa Stockton. Coach, thank you for giving us a few minutes here. If we just get your initial thoughts on the game, please.
Well, I think first of all, it's a hard-fought game. I'm really proud of our players and how they came out and really fought hard. We started so slow offensively, and we fought through it. Our defense was tremendous. I thought we did some really, really good things defensively, and Both teams, we just both shot so poorly. And you really look at what's key for us is I think to get to the finals of this league, you're going to have a better offensive performance. And really in that last quarter, we just didn't score enough, and they made some plays. But again, I think it was a really hard fought game for us.
I'll take questions for Coach Stockton, please. Just raise your hand in the chat in the chat here, or shoot a note in the chat, and we'll get to your question. Well, feel free to just fire away if you have a question for Coach, please.
Hey, Coach, this is Ed.
Hey, Ed.
Hey, Coach, the three-point line late. I know Alvarez was hot. Did you feel you did the best job you could of defending that, or is it just hard to defend that when they have a lot of options?
Well, I thought we did a good job most of the game, and then a couple times we dove in off the wing and went down and tried to help out with a post, which was a bad decision. And one of them we gave them on the right wing. We did that. We dove off and tried to get a steal on the post, gave up that shot. I think they got one in transition that we just couldn't pick up. But the other part is just the rebound. I thought they got some offensive rebounds late, which they were kicking out, which is always hard to cover. But no, I mean, our goal was to keep them to 5 or less threes, and they got them, and I think they got 3 in that fourth quarter. So that really kind of broke it open for them.
Anything that you can point to, down the stretch? I know you made a great comeback to be down 10 and then get the lead and be up 10. Anything you can point to near the end of the game that you think was the difference?
Well, there's a few things. I think they got multiple opportunities with offensive rebounds. I mean, they ended up with 20 offensive rebounds for the game, which is, they do that well. I think when you want to be an opponent like that, you got to pull those rebounds in and give them one shot. And we gave them way too many opportunities to score baskets. For us, I think we need to execute down the stretch. We had some looks. We had a 3. Sierra had a 3 that we kicked out to her. I'd give her that 3 all the time, but if that could have fallen, different game. But I mean, both teams just struggled so much offensively that, every possession really counted.
Do you feel like the NIT is next? Is that what you think
Yeah, we do. I mean, we talked about it, is that, it's disappointing because that wasn't our number one goal, but we wanted to be playing postseason. And I think we'll have that opportunity. There's 32 teams in it this year. I think it'll be really competitive, and we might do that and try to make a run in that and see if we can make some noise and see what we can do. But I love this team. I think we've played really hard. I think we've played an aggressive schedule. The league's been tough. I mean, we've shown up. You look at our last 11 games, how we've played. I think the future is really bright for us. So we're disappointed tonight. There's some things we could have done different. I think we'll learn from them. I told the team not to forget how they felt right now. You got to remember how you feel right now to when you have to go in that gym in July. But I think this team will be back, and we can compete for this league.
Any other questions for Coach, please?
I'm sorry, I lost my connection there for a minute. Was Jordan's ankle bothering her today at all, Coach, or how did she feel?
Yeah, I mean, you couldn't really tell it, could you? Yeah, we were a little concerned. Yeah, we didn't, and shoot around, we didn't have her do anything. We had her just watch, and then before the game, I think she was hobbling. They were messing around with the tape, seeing different tape jobs. We were a little concerned going in, and then I think once she got warmed up, she certainly didn't look like she was slowed down, did she? But yeah, I think the adrenaline got going, and I mean, what a tremendous performance. It's a big atmosphere. It's a big game. And, she's injured, and she still comes up and makes some huge plays for us. So you just can't say enough about her and her performance this year.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate
Thank you.
Okay, we're joined now by Jerkaila Jordan. We have questions for Jerkaila, please.
Jerkaila, how are you feeling today? Were you 100% or close, or what do you think?
This morning, I wasn't really 100% with it. During warm-ups in the game, I had some trouble with it. So I just tried to, run on it. And once the game started flowing, my adrenaline started going. So I just didn't feel anything at all.
So once the game got going, you were okay, huh?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. When you look back on the season, will you remember tonight or all the great things that you guys have done so far?
Of course, I'm gonna remember the night for sure, but I'm also gonna remember, like, you know, what it took to get to this spot. You know, I won't forget this feeling. I got 3 more years. We're definitely gonna be here next year, no doubt. We're just gonna have to, what coach said, you know, remember this feeling and just, you know, do better next year.
Do you think that this team is kind of poised or destined to go a little further next year?
Of course, you know, I'll never doubt my team. You know, I was 100%. You know, we could get through anything.
We can go to Francisco Rosa for the next question, please.
Hey, Jerkaila, this is your first experience in the AAC tournament. How could you just describe the experience overall? I know it's disappointing to go out with the loss, but how do you feel just over these last 2 games?
You know, I was honestly just grateful to be here. You know, it's my first. I enjoyed the atmosphere. I had fun overall, you know, despite the loss. But, you know, I'm just ready to, you know, get back in the gym, work on stuff, work on us. So next year if we're put in the same position, we know how to, you know, get a better outcome.
Thank you.
No problem.
You're quite the media savvy. I know, right? You've been good. You got a lot of practice this year, haven't you?
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate you.
No problem.
Thanks, Jerkaila.
Thank you, Chuck.
No problem. Thank you all for joining us.
Okay, thank you, sir.